remember the last time I even saw you. I feel like we went to Puerto Rico. It was a blast. And then next thing I know, I was in America and yeah,
Yeah.
like that's literally like the last that like I remember. But I
Yeah,
have
I know.
always like admired you, Leann. I feel like you definitely have like a reputation on the island of just like being like a very friendly person. A lot of people know you. A lot of people vibe with you. You know, you got, I feel like someone who I think could actually say they got haters is Leann. I feel like most people are like, I have haters, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, no, it's weird. It's weird. It's really weird.
It
I know.
is. And like when I got to know you, like actually got to know you, I feel like it's different than like what people think of you.
See,
You know what I
yes,
mean? Like a lot of the
exactly.
time people look and they're like, who is this girl who calling herself an alpha? Like who is this chick? But then when you actually get to know you, you're like, oh my gosh, she's actually so sweet and like not mean at all. I don't know where these people are like.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, but I honestly think that's like that's everyone. Like, when it comes to social media, that's everyone. Like you see them and then you're just like, like you don't expect them to be what they are in person. So I think that's just everyone. But I really think like people need to stop thinking like that, like give somebody a chance, man. Like before you actually judge them based off of just like social media, just like give them a chance to actually, meet them and know who they are.
I feel you, but I feel like you were definitely one of the people that really like I felt like had a social media presence like in high school when like social media was just starting and nobody really knew like everybody was using them weird filters and
Yeah.
it was not cute like but you were
Yeah,
like I
no.
feel like the first person that really like took advantage of that and like really built a following. And I'm curious, like, did you think that like was that intentional, or you were kind of just like, I'm here, I'm just meeting people, and then all of a sudden it's like, bam.
Yeah, I mean, like for me, when I was younger, I think I like noticed the power of social media. So like, I used it to my advantage. And like when you're younger too, like you just want to like have so much friends and know so much people. Like it's such a good thing to you. But then I guess the older I got, like I just noticed like the impact of social media, and that it's not just always positive. Like there are a lot of negatives to it. And I think like I just because already put myself out there because I already built such a following for myself, like everybody knew who I was, etc. At a certain age, like I was just like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. So how do I go from being the girl that everybody knows to just a regular person? But it's like pretty much impossible because I'm already out there, So yeah, I would just say like right now for me, like at one point in my life, I really had to try to cope with it. And I'm not even speaking as if like I'm so like, famous, but I really wonder like how people with like hundreds of thousands and millions of followers, like I really wonder how they do it. But that also shows you why people like a lot of people are really not themselves on social media too because of like the backlash that comes with it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I for me like my following it just it came naturally. Like I guess people just like like once you have that vibe, like they just get drawn to it, and that's what really happened with me. And even now, like when I sometimes try to put myself like there and like talk to people or whatever, and like when people like reply back to me and they're like, oh my god, you inspire me so much, I'm like, oh shoot, like I completely forgot that like this is like a bunch of people that I actually don't know. Like, yeah, and a lot of them kind of like look at me as like somebody that inspires them or like, and I'm just here like,
Like I'm just Leanne. I don't know what you're talking about, but
yeah, no,
cool.
yes,
Appreciate
exactly,
it.
exactly.
I feel like how, because I know like it's interesting now when I'm in America, they talk a lot about like how social media like affects teenage girls. And like I feel like as like that generation that were born into the social media age, like I feel like when they talk about like, oh, how it affects teenage girls, they're like talking about us, like they're talking about like our age group. And it's interesting that you mentioned at least like the good and the bad that comes with social media. Because on the one hand, you have like this great platform and you can inspire people and show
Mm-hmm.
them like being a St. Martiner is something to be proud of, and there's so much beauty here, and there's
Yep.
so much in just like giving yourself and expressing who you are. But on the downside, because it is this platform, people like idolize you, or they think like all the images that they see, like that is Leanne,
Yeah.
100%. And not realizing that there's actually more to people than what you see on the gram, even though it looks like they're sharing their whole life with
Life.
you, you
Exactly.
know?
Exactly. Yep.
And it's weird because it's like on the one hand, people then start comparing themselves to you, which is like something you never intended for them to do, but like because they see like you are growing a following, they're like, "Oh, like she's better than me," which is a weird thing that people do where they like compare themselves, or they think like because somebody else is succeeding that that means like it's taking away from them and like their ability to thrive, and then they make you the enemy, and it's like you're not like
Yeah,
the enemy.
exactly. Exactly. You see, that's why like for me, like it's really weird because I have my moments, like I really do have my moments where like, okay, I feel like sharing, like I feel like posting stuff on social media. I feel like, just being on, and then I have my moments where like I just want to like come off of it completely, and I would like completely like deactivate everything. But then also that's also bad because that's also how people reach out to me. You know what I mean? So I guess I've already just like reached a point in my life where like I know how to kind of balance it, and I don't see like my platform as just like, oh, just like an Instagram where I just post pictures or whatever be the case. I try to like here and there like just like give whatever I'm feeling, because I think like people don't understand it, but like we all kind of go through the same things, whether we go through exactly the same thing or whether we go through something different, we can all relate to what each other is going through, you know what I mean? So for me, sometimes I just take it out of myself to just like jump on Instagram and just talk to, like my followers and stuff. And I think like the older I get, and just like with everything going on in life right now, especially like the pandemic and, this war and everything, like you just like literally see like how short life is. Like I've literally seen like, really close people to me lose their family members, really close people to me. Like I just lost an uncle like the other day also. And, like you really see like,
R.I.P.
for sure. Yeah, but I really see like how precious life is, and it's literally like we only have one life, and sometimes I think that we take it for granted. Like we think, oh, we're going to be here forever, like this is going to be us forever, and that's not the case. And I take a lot of time to like sit down and just reflect on my life, reflect on who I am as a person, reflect on just like situations I've been through, and just want to be better. Like I want to be a better version of myself tomorrow or next year, like next month, like that. And I try to like encourage, I would say everyone, but mainly like I try to focus on, because I have a lot of like younger followers who also follow me. I try to encourage them because I think like right now with social media, like you said, like it's such an impact. But I don't really think it's on us. You know what I mean? I think we got into the social media era like when it just started. So like we know the ins and outs of it, yes. But like now the generation after us,
It's like
now
they're seeing like the hyped up Graham, not like the
not
shitty
what we
Graham.
used to see.
Yeah, I
Exactly,
feel you.
exactly,
I
exactly.
feel
they
you.
they are to them now this is life, this is social media. And to us, like we saw Instagram come from literally nothing. Like nobody was on Instagram, like nobody was on Snapchat, like we were on Kick, we were on MSN, we were on this, we were on all the different social media platforms. Then here comes Instagram and here comes Snapchat, and then we started to use these platforms, but we saw what it was from literally nothing until what it is now. Whereas like the younger generation, they didn't even know what Instagram, they didn't even know Instagram was never even pink. Like the icon for
That's a
Instagram
valid
is never
point. That's a
even
valid
pink.
point.
Like, so for me, it's like this is what they see, this is what they know, this is what they think is regular, this is what they think, oh, I need to look like this, I need to, I need to be on TikTok, this is what I need to do, this is what I need to be on Instagram to be famous, to be, and I think like, of course, like, you see more people more and more every day get like famous off of social media and, build a following, etc. But I think they're also showing people like not doing it authentically. Like you have to be yourself. Like the number one way to like literally just get people to be attracted to you or like you is just being yourself. Like there is nobody else in this world that's you. And I think that's like something that always made me stand out, because I've never ever ever like wanted to be anybody else, or like try to fit in a box, or try to like, you know, live by like the rules that everybody else put. Like, no, that's not for me. That's not what I want to do. I am myself. I am my own person. This is what I want. This is what I want to do. This is my life. This is how it's gonna go. And that's how I've always been. And
I love that. I guess like
yeah.
okay. So now I guess like who is Leann then? Like how would you describe Leann?
Honestly speaking, I am literally what I call myself. I am an alpha. Like, you know, I take control of my own life. You know what I mean? I've always been like that growing up. I've never been the type of person to like want to follow people. Like, I don't care what you're doing. I'm going to do what I want to do. If you want to do what I'm doing, that's okay. That's cool. Like, we can be friends. Yeah. But I'm not going to do all of that. And yeah, that's just me. Like, I live by my own rules. I mean, you know, I need to stop being like that a little bit. But yes, like I really see the importance of my life and me just creating my own story. This is my story. This is my life. This is what I'm going to have to tell my kids in the next 30, 40 years. Like, you know, this is my life. And one thing I can say though is I'm really, really grateful for the people around me, and especially my parents, for never ever like forcing me or putting pressure on me to do things that I don't want to do. Because even if they did, I wouldn't. Like, I really
They're like
wouldn't.
she's stubborn. We
They're
can't
like, you know
change her
what? At one
mind.
point in life, they were just like, okay, you know what, Leann, you do what you want to do. Just make sure you let us know, and make sure whatever you do is that's what you want to do. That's what your heart wants to do. And we'll be right here behind you supporting it. So I'm really grateful that like they eventually got that understanding and noticed like who I am as a person. And yeah, I think I wouldn't say like I'm a free spirit, like just going with the flow, but I know what I want for myself. I know where I want to be in life. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Like that's what I have my mind set at. So I'm
That's
going straight
awesome
after it.
though. That's
Yeah.
so awesome because most people I feel like don't know who they are for one, don't know their history, and don't know what they really want to do. And so
Yeah.
because of that, they just follow the culture. And I'm like, Brody, that's not gonna help you.
No, no, at
It's
all.
not gonna help
At
you.
all,
Like,
at all. But I
like then
think
you just are up. You could change when the trends change. And I'm like, bro, can you have like a preference?
exactly. But my thing is too, I think like even like when it comes to like trends and stuff, like I'm not really big on it like at all. Like I don't jump on something while it's trending at all. I don't know. I was never the type of person to like just follow the crowd. You know what I mean? I just did my own thing. I always felt like once you stand out, like people will naturally be attracted to that. Like they will be drawn to that. And I'm living proof. Like I literally see it all the time, you know? Sometimes I think like, you know, you watch people on Instagram. I'm not even gonna lie, you watch people on Instagram and you're like, damn, you know, like these people are here and you know, they don't even share this part of their lives and blah blah blah. But then I'm like, wait, hold up, that's them. That's not me. Like for me, this is what I want to do. Sharing my life or like just speaking to people in general. You know, I feel good because I kind of help people. So I'm okay with that. Like, I don't want to be there. I don't want to be who they are. I want to be myself. I want people to naturally like me, naturally be drawn to me. So yeah.
Exactly. Because it's also like if you fake it, then you're going to have to keep faking it until you convince yourself that the fake is real. And then you've
Yeah.
lost it at that point.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
there's no helping you.
Yeah. No. 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 That
That's dangerous.
I've literally seen people like do that, and it's just like,
It's
okay,
scary. It's
okay,
like,
now what?
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now what? I guess like how has growing up on St. Martin help you figure out like who you are as a person? Because I realized like it took me a minute to really understand the value of being a St. Martiner, but like you said, like now that I see it and I really understand like how awesome it is to have grown up there and to like have grown up around like you and like everyone else, like it makes you such a unique person that I'm like I don't even want to be anybody else because there's
No.
nobody else that's as cool as me,
Yeah,
you know?
no, really, no, really. But I literally have this conversation with my friends all the time because it's just like, you know, we're from a really small island. But I'm telling you, if we actually had the platform, well, I mean we do have the platform to like be as big as all these like celebrities and these influencers, but I kid you not, like if we were living like for example, you see how big the US is. If we were living somewhere that big, man, man, our influence would be so strong, right? Because like being from St. Martin alone, like you see how much talent is on the island. Like everybody, every single person is so talented and so unique in their own way. And I really hope like people really just take the moment to like just look in the mirror and like notice what exactly,
Recognize like
exactly,
you are greatness. Just stop
exactly.
doubting yourself. Like
Exactly.
exactly.
And two, I also like I like to see when people take it out of themselves to just like be like, okay, you know what, F this. Like even though I don't have like 100,000 followers, like I'm still gonna be the influencer that I want to be. I really, really love to see people do that because you're just like living for yourself. You know what I mean? And whoever is drawn to you, they're gonna be drawn to you naturally. That's just that. That's really how it is. And being from here, like you notice how amazing it is to be from an island. Really, once you like leave and like you meet new people and you like you adjust to different cultures, etc., etc., and then you come back home and you're just like, damn, there's really no place like St. Martin at all, at all, at all, at all. And I really, really just love being from here. Like I go to the US all the time, and when I speak to people, they're just like, what, St. Martin? Then you explain, I'm like, it's one island, it's Dutch and French, but we don't have no border control, blah, blah. And they're like, no way. And I'm like, yeah, I'm from there. I'm it's just like we are so unique. Our island is so unique. Our people are so unique. And I don't think like people really realize that. But I have. And for me, it's like I will rep my island from now until the end of time.
Till the
Yep.
day in
Yep.
like climate change gonna have to sink that girl for me to not be repping. And
Yep.
even then, I'm gonna bring my boat right
Yep.
on top and be like,
Yep.
I am from
I'm from
here.
here. I'm literally from here. And anything that I want to do in life, wherever I want to be, like I'm always going to rep like where I am from. Always, always, always. I love being from St. Martin. Like man, we are so blessed. I don't think people really realize it, honestly speaking.
I feel you. I really don't think they do. And I be trying to put people on. I'm like, guys, hello. Just think about this. I'm like, literally, like, we think about even diversity and all the things that you mentioned. I'm like, it does not exist anywhere else. It exists on St. Martin.
Exactly.
Like, I'm like, guys, you guys don't realize, like,
Exactly.
us knowing all kind of different people and being able to be comfortable around so many different types of people
Exactly.
is a privilege that people don't realize other countries don't have.
Yep.
And I agree. Like, I had to leave the island, move to another man country, and really sit and ruminate in another man country to realize I had everything I could have ever needed on that little
Yep.
rock, and everything that's ever made me the happiest version of me was there.
Literally. Literally. Like so me for me, like I left home and I went to Holland to do school. I didn't even finish school. I didn't even finish school. Like it was just not for me. And for me, once something is not for me and I genuinely feel like it's not for me, I'm not going to continue. I'm not going to keep myself in an environment that I don't feel 100% comfortable in. You know what I mean? And being back home, I won't say like I'm like holding myself back, but I love being home. You know what I mean? And I think I needed something to restart. Like I needed something to like restart everything for me, and that was being back home. Being back home for the past, okay, it ended up being more than a year. So now it's like 3 years, but I mean
It's because
like
of COVID. We can't
exactly,
even be mad. You
exactly.
can't even be mad at
So
yourself. A whole pandemic happened, Leanne, and we in a war or whatever the
yeah,
hell's going
yeah.
on over there.
So
So I feel
for me coming back home and just like restarting and just I did a lot of reflecting while back home, and it's just like, yeah, okay, this for me, home will forever be home. That's number one also. So there's nothing that's gonna actually change, so I need to get out of it in order to do what I want to do. But being back home, I noticed that I am my best version of myself right here on this little rock. I am the best version of myself. I am completely in my element. Like there is so much to do. I think like because we grow up on the island and like we forget like how unique it is. Like we literally can go to the beach. We can jump in our cars and just go to a beach, chill on a beach, and like we take that for granted sometimes. We really, really
A
take it for
beautiful beach
granted.
too. I mean, they trying to destroy it and it's testing my patience. But
Yeah, no.
you right.
Yeah, no, that whole mother base thing too is just like
I hope they don't. I hope it doesn't happen. I hope it's like the dolphinarium thing and they realize the people are not happy and they better leave Mullet Bay alone unless they want a whole riot in the
I
streets.
really
I'm
think they
like,
will though. I don't think they'll riot, but I do think they'll protest. Like they'll prove a
they
point. They
better.
will. They will.
They
And
need
I
to
probably would
because
be right
like
there with them.
you should be. I'm gonna be there virtually. Like just somebody hey hold the iPad up and you go see my face.
Yeah,
Like
no.
it's ridiculous because it's like we don't have a lot. We have one island. That's it. We don't have, and it's not even like we got the whole island because the island is split
Two.
into two. So it's like we got half of an
Yep.
island,
Yep.
and y'all want to ruin the little half that we have. I'm like, come on, you ruined the Saw Pond, you ruined Phillipsburg, you're ruining now Mullet Bay too.
Yeah. And for me, it's not even
Seriously.
like the restaurant that's the issue. I think for me, it's more of like the amount of space that the restaurant wants to take up on the beach with their beach chairs and with their walkway and with, is more like, okay, so where are people actually supposed to sit? Because on that end of the beach, everybody goes down there to sit. So now what you're doing is just basically telling people like you can't sit here, but you can't tell that to us. Like that's a public beach.
This is
this
our
is this is
land.
a public
Like,
beach. This is the beach that we come to every single Sunday, and everybody comes and we chill and we play volleyball,
and we
and we
vibe.
vibe. So
Exactly.
yeah, it's messed up. It really, really is. I'm not even gonna lie.
I feel you. I remember when I was there for like a week and I saw they had already fenced up the whole area and I went to go sit right by the volleyball net, in the little bushes there and I was like, "But what's this?
Yeah,
Like, what
yeah,
was
I know.
this? Was
Yeah, girl.
this?"
Yeah. And the weird thing is, I was actually on the beach the weekend before, and because I did not look all the way down to actually see, I didn't really notice anything until I saw people like posting it, and I'm like, no way, no way. Wow, it's crazy.
They cutting down the trees and I'm like, "Okay." And I'm even like, I don't even understand from like an economic point of view how this one restaurant is supposed to reboost our whole economy. I'm like, the logic is really lost on me because
Yeah,
I'm like, don't y'all have enough restaurants? Like, why we need more?
yeah.
Like, shouldn't you help the people that are already trying to make money? Like, I'm
But
confused. The
the thing
logic.
is too, like I said earlier, Harsha, we are literally going in a circle. Like life is literally going in a circle because
And it's evolve or repeat.
I think like this is the same thing like our parents or like people from that generation back then, they were saying no, like when they saw whatever like little shacks being built up on Mullet Bay, they're like no, we don't want these. And now look at the shacks, like everybody goes to these shacks to eat. Everybody, I think it's more of for us, like why we are like kicking up about this too, it's just the fact, I don't really think it's the restaurant. Like I said, I really, really truly think it's because like the space on the beach that they want to take up. Because if you have a restaurant, if you have a next restaurant further down on the beach, okay, cool, I guess whoever goes to it goes to it. But don't like take away what people are so used to, what people actually go to the beach for. People literally go to Malabe because it's one of the beaches that's on one end there are chairs, and then on the
Just
next end it's
chill.
just a completely empty beach
Chill.
where everybody just go to chill. Literally, whoever wants to come with their beach
That's it.
tent and their tents and their barbecue grill or whatever, they can go on that side of the beach and do that. But to like take that away from people, then that's something else, that's messed up.
I feel
That's
you.
really messed
I
up.
feel you. I feel you. But I'm curious, like, cause you a whole entrepreneur too, and you out here building brands and making coins and
Girl,
ting. How was it? I mean, like, I know you've always been into fashion. So, like, did the idea of starting your own swimwear brand come just out of your love for fashion? And if so, like, what is like your fashion aesthetic, or like what inspires your fashion taste?
honestly speaking, my for example, my swimwear, the whole, like it really just came up with me just loving to go to the beach. Like I have this thing and my friends always laugh at me, and because of me saying it, like they end up buying like a bunch of bikinis too. I literally say to myself, I'm not going to be wearing the same black bikini to the beach every week. I literally say that. So one day, like one of my friends, like she wore like a different bikini to the beach, and I'm like, "Oh, that's a cute bikini. It's new." She's like, "Yeah, because I'm not gonna be one of the girls that you say, oh, they wear that same black bikini to the beach." But I just love bikinis. Like I really love bikinis. Like you go to the beach, you wear a different bikini, you mix it up, you mix and match, you know. And because of that, and because of like people before like always being like, oh, where did you get this swimwear, where did you get that swimwear, that's what really pushed me into like wanting to start you know, selling bikinis. But if I'm being really honest, you are actually the first person to know this little scoop, and whoever else is listening,
I
y'all
got
got
the
the
tea.
early, the
A
inside.
Leann
Yeah, exactly.
exclusive.
I'm actually starting to make my own swimwear, and we've already started
That's
with a
awesome.
new manufacturing company and everything. So yeah, I'm in the works, and that's why I haven't really been like pushing anything, because I don't want to resell bikinis. I want to make my own bikini. I want to create my own brand.
You want to be a
I want to put my
designer.
brand, my island out there, you know. For example, my friend Tafari, he's into this, he's
Amazing.
in fashion school right now, and he's
Amazing.
finishing up. Exactly.
Amazing. He a whole I'm just like when he a stylist, I hope I could
No,
afford his
girl,
ass
girl. He shows me like
because
his pieces, and I'm just like
amazing.
Tafari. And that's why I say like me and my friends have the conversation all the time, because it's like his talent is so raw.
Amazing. Amazing. He got
Listen, oh
vision.
my
Like I
god.
love that. He
Oh my
got
god. Like
vision. Vision.
so raw with
Ooh.
it, so raw with it. And
Ooh.
I'm just like, Tafari,
Beautiful.
listen, I'm gonna tell you this, right? I really think like we were like we know our purpose. Like we know what our purpose here on earth is, and we just have to do it. We just have to do what we were actually
The
put here to
work.
do, because and that is really like inspiring people, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I don't really mean to sound cocky with it. I don't want to come off like that with it, but it's really to inspire
No.
people, you know? And I
To
think
be them, to
exactly,
live their
exactly. And
freaking
to
life and to
encourage
have their
people like
purpose. Yes.
Tafari, like he, for him it was more like, you know, he knew he wanted to be into fashion. So he was like, I'm going to fashion school. This is what I want to do. You know, he did not stick to what they were saying, like, oh, you know, to get study financing, you have to study business, or you have to
Go
study.
study
Yeah, no. He was
tourism.
just like,
Yeah, screw
he was like,
that.
nope, this is what I want to do, and this is what I'm gonna do. And now he's finishing fashion school,
Amazing.
and just like watching his whole collection and his pieces that he wants to be put together, like,
Beautiful.
girl, oh my gosh.
I already know. I'm sure it's some sauce because I've just seen some of the projects that he's come together with, and I'm just like, I can already see the fashion show on the
No,
island
really,
through the hills by like the natural pool. Ooh, I could
girl.
just see it. Some Jacques Move vibes, or I don't even know if I said that right, but yeah, I see the vision because people don't realize. I'm like, our island is truly beyond talented, and I just like I'm so happy that he is really fulfilling that vision and manifesting that vision because I already know is going to be
Yep,
fire.
yep, yep. So like
Fire.
for my bikinis, like when it comes to like the designing aspect of it, he's in charge of that. Like that's my friend, that's number one. So I'm definitely gonna put him
Your
on.
creative
But
director, I feel you. Build a team. You got to build a team. Like
yeah. And for me, my team is strictly going to be people from home. You know what I mean?
it
People
should
from
be. It
home,
really should
because
be.
where I want my brand to be, like the vision that I have for my brand, I really, really want people to know like this is literally people from a very small island called St. Martin that did this. Like we did that. Yeah, that's
And it's like it's amazing because I think it's like through you doing this will show people like you
yep.
can do it, you know, and it's never been outside of us. And I'm assuming you're manufacturing out of China because it's so much easier to do all of that over there in them sides of
Actually,
the
right in the
world. But
US, in Miami actually. Yeah.
really? Oh, that's
For
lit.
me,
That's lit. Bring it closer
exactly.
to
But for
home.
me, it was more also the fact that like Miami is so close. I can travel and I can go and see my stuff myself, feel
See
my
your
material
manufacturer.
myself, be
Yes,
there, tell them
yes,
what I want, tell them what I don't want.
yes.
So for me, that was like the most important thing to me. I mean, I could have gone to like the easiest route and go through China and you know find a manufacturer up there, blah blah. Blah.
Make it cheap,
Yeah,
make it
no, no, no,
easy. I
no. For
feel
me,
you.
it's really
But you want better. That's
yeah,
even better.
yeah.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. I guess like what's the hardest part then in this whole process? Is it coming up with like the different pieces and like the story that you want to tie to
I
each of
think
them? Or like I guess like yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I think for me, um honestly, it's just like sticking to one thing. Because like me, like as a person, like I have so much ideas, I have so much visions, I have so much things that I want to do. It's just like, okay, okay, let's do this, but then it's just like, okay, take your time and just focus on one thing first, get that done, and then you focus. So I think that's where Tafari came in really well, because like he's like, okay, Leann, this is what we're gonna do, and then his ideas and my ideas, and then together it's just like, no way we just thought of that, no way we're gonna do this, like yes, 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 this is what I want to do. So yeah, it's a really dope process so far. And I can't even believe I'm doing it, but it I love it. Like I really want to do it, and I want to get it done, and I want to show people, like, no matter where we're from, even if we are from a very small island, like we can do whatever we put our minds to. Like it doesn't mean like we're not capable of doing what other people are doing at all. It does not mean that at all, at all.
I honestly feel like we could do it better. Like
Honestly,
I'm just like
honestly,
I'm
because
like
like we're from the Caribbean, so like we have that little oomph, like we have some
I
sauce in
feel
us.
you. I got some
Yeah, like
kapow to it. There's some seasoning
yes,
on
yes.
that,
There's
you
some
know.
salt in the rice,
And
like
that's all from the universe.
exactly.
Exactly. We have just been blessed with the energy. What can I
Yep,
say?
yep, yep. So for me, and when it comes to like fashion, I don't know, like my style is so weird. Like I have like I think we like I'm such a mix of like different people in one body. Like I
That's okay
like I
though.
really
It's
am.
you though. It's your mix of all the
Yeah. So
things
when it comes
for
to my style,
you.
like I not that I switch it up, but it really is whatever I'm feeling in the moment. Like in the moment, sometimes I'm feeling like being like super, super girly, super bougie, super like, purse, bags, and then sometimes I'm just like, I don't even want to hold a bag. Like, no, I'm going to walk with just my phone. And, like I'm wearing on some joggers and a crop top and some flight kicks. And yeah, that's how I'm going out. That's what I'm going to wear. Like, so it really depends on like how I feel it in the moment and like where my mind is at, honestly speaking.
I will definitely say you give off a bad bitch energy. Like when I'm like, if there's a definition of a bad bitch in the dictionary, Leanne's face with them sunglasses is like what I see.
Honestly speaking, like, but I think, and that's the thing, like, I think people think this is like something, oh, because you have to dress this way. This is bad bitch energy. I don't even want to say it like that, but it's just energy. Like, it's just natural. Like, you have to
It's
channel that in
confidence.
yourself. That's the confidence you have to channel in yourself. And I think I try to push that off a lot, especially on my little sister, for example, we are two completely different people. She is nothing like me. She's like, girl, you want everybody to see you. You want to be all over social media. You want to da da da. And I don't want that. Like, I just want to be in my corner. But I also see that, like she also kind of feels insecure about this and insecure about that. And I'm just like, girl, we
We
all
all got it. We
we
all
all have our
insecure
little
about some
insecurities. I'm not
shit.
even gonna lie. Like, I have my little insecurities, but girl, you're that girl. There's nobody else here like you. So you better act like that girl. You better be that girl. You better live in your power. Like literally. Like that's you. Nobody
Main
main
character
character energy
energy
all
all
day.
day,
Honestly,
every
I have that really
day.
bad. I have it really bad.
Hey, but that's good because you know what? Like it makes you so confident that I feel like it gives you that alpha energy and people know like I'm not going to fuck with Leanne cuz Leanne
Yeah,
knows her
no. I
worth.
have
You know
main
what I
character
mean? And
energy.
like that is very powerful. Very powerful. I guess like how did you build your confidence? Cuz I feel like for a lot of girls like they might struggle with their insecurities and like be like, "Oh, like my booty's not big or I'm on that little bitty
Yeah.
titty committee or like my nose
Yeah,
isn't
I know.
right or maybe I need to get a BBL or
Again,
like there's just so
that's
many
so like
things.
social media like that. Ugh, I social media. I have my moments where I'm just like, ugh, I hate this thing, and then it's just like, okay, like, damn, I'm making money off of this thing. Let's do this. But when it comes to like my confidence, I would really give it to my mom. Like growing up, like my mom really, really like instilled that into me. And that's where I got it from. I would say from a kid, like I've always been like this. I always wanted to be that girl, like I don't want to do that. No, like I was always like that. But I think that's really because of like my mom, like and and I'm not going to lie, like in primary school, like I got bullied, like I really got bullied because of my confidence, like because of like me, like knowing who I was, and just like I don't want to do what you guys do. And no, I really got bullied for all of that. But I never let it get to me either. You know what I'm saying? And people can let that get to them easily, but not me. I think once you know who you are, once you know your power, once you know your worth, you won't settle. And whatever people have to say, because trust me, people have said the world about me. People will always say whatever they want to say about you. Like, no matter who you are, no matter what you're doing, whether everybody knows you or whether no one knows you, somebody is going to have something to say about you. But you cannot let what they say, like, make you feel away. You can't let what they have in their head, the person that they have in their head, envisioned in their head that you are, you can't give it to them. Like that, I'm not that person. That's not who I am. That's what you think I am. That's who you think I am. That's okay. That's on you. That's a you problem. That's not a me problem. I have nothing to do with that, and I'm not gonna be bothered with that. And I try to just motivate like my little sister and just like younger girls to like think like that. Like you have to be confident. Like you really have to be confident. Once you're confident, once you love yourself, once you're content in your body, like in who you are, nobody can take that power away from you. Nobody, no matter what they say, they cannot take that power away from you. That's your power, and you can't ever let people have like any type of effect on your energy at all. At all.
I must say, you are so freaking wise, lady. Like, I'm just sitting here like, damn, yeah, spitting the wisdom. Like, literally, though, like, you cannot let people take away your energy. And it's like people let people take away their energy all the
Yep.
time. And it's like, how did you do, like, do you meditate? Like,
No,
I'm just like, how
that's
did you
so
build
weird.
this
Like,
wall, like, of just, like, really knowing, like, you?
that is so weird. Like the other day, I'm like, man, maybe I should start meditating. Like, how do you even do this? Like,
You
no,
sit and you breathe. That's literally it.
like, I don't think I can do that because I could barely do yoga. Like, yoga drives me crazy. I'm just like, okay, what's next? Like,
I love
let's
yoga.
go. Like, I think in my brain, like, and my body, like, I'm always just so active that, like, doing yoga, like, I fall asleep.
No, I think you need to do like hot yoga.
Yeah,
That's the one for you, like a
probably,
hot vinyasa
probably,
class. Cause I be dying in these classes,
probably.
Leanne. Like Jesus, just trying to hold on to
Really,
my
probably.
breath.
I probably need to do that. Yes, for real, for real. But no,
I'm telling you, it's awesome. Like I love it
yeah,
so
no.
much.
Me, honestly, Harsha, like, man, I think the more people just, I do a lot of reflecting, like I say, and I think that's very important if you want to, if you just want to be better in life.
But like, did anybody help you figure out like that this was a journey of like going within yourself? Because I feel like most people are always trying to go outside of themselves. You know what I mean? And you're like, no, you got to sit down with yourself and look in the mirror and be like,
Yeah,
who is
no,
that?
for me, I only got here because of life experiences. And that's why, like, I take it upon myself to, like, just talk to people and, like, just at least give them some type of advice because the more I can help somebody not go through what I went through, the better I feel. Because I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like I've been through a lot of different stuff. I'm not even gonna curse. I went through a lot of different stuff that made me like really like, oh man, like to points where like if I was a very weak minded person, like I probably would have like had suicidal thoughts or stuff like that. And that's why I say like building up that confidence and just knowing who you are like is so important because then you're so strong minded that what others say like it does not have that effect on you at all, at all, at all. And yeah, for me it was more like I would sit down and I'm big on energy. I'm really big on energy. So when it comes to like,
I know. That's why I feel like we get along low key. Like I feel like we're a weird pair that people would not expect to
yeah,
like each other, and like we do.
I am really, really big on energy. And that's also something I try to talk to people about a lot. Like people don't notice it, but like the energy is contagious. Like anybody with that
It
bad energy
is.
that's around you, you will naturally feel that energy. Like you will start feeling that energy. You will start like, feeling like them, thinking like them. And for me, it's more of like I lost a lot of friends. I'm not even gonna lie. Not lost as in, oh, we had any falling outs or anything. Like I just noticed that friendships, not everything is forever. You know what I mean? Some friendships are for a period of time, for that period of time that wherever you were in life at that moment, and then yeah, life goes on. There doesn't have to be any hate or any like tension or anything. We don't fit each other's lifestyle anymore. Like we're not on the same level like that anymore. So yeah, it is what it is, and you move on from that. But I think a lot of people don't notice like the people around you and the energy around you has a lot to just do with you and where you are in life. And for me, when I saw like certain cycles being like repetitive cycles, that I was just like, man, how the heck do I get out of this? Like what is going on here? Like,
How do we
yes,
evolve?
like
I feel
how do I
you.
get out of this? And then I really had to take time again reflecting and see like, okay, this is what is causing this cycle to keep continuously going the same way. There, like you want to go straight, like you want to keep driving straight, but for some reason like you're just stuck on the highway and you keep coming off at the same exit and it's looping and you're just going over and over. Yeah, no, I sit down and I talk to myself and I'm just like, listen, sometimes it's harsh. Like you gotta like cut people off. You have to let go of that energy that's bringing you down, man. Come on. To be the better version of yourself, sometimes you really just have to do that. But once you do it and you see like, damn, like, life is so different. Life is, to me, like who I was, let's say 2, 3, 4 years ago, I am not that person anymore. And I'm so happy to say I'm not that person anymore because I have evolved as a person, you know? When I was younger, I would say like I was more into, of course, we're younger, there's like drama and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And yeah,
I
like,
feel you.
but no, like, I don't even, I kid you not, like, if there's any drama going on, I think I would be the last person to even know what's going on. Like, I don't care.
You're like, I'm in my
Like,
peace.
I'm in my own
I'm in
world. I'm
here.
in my own world. Like I block
Yeah, like
all of
keep
that out. Yeah.
all that outside.
Yeah, really,
Yes,
I do.
yes. That's amazing though. And I think it's incredible that you're so open to talk about the fact that you've evolved as a person because I feel like most people like they hold on to parts of themselves that they don't
No.
need to hold on to. And it's like it's okay to say I want to be better. That I don't want to be like this anymore. That I deserve better for myself. That this is not who I was put on this earth to be and it's okay for me to
Yep.
change. And one thing I have mad respect for is like you know what is for you and you won't
No.
compromise on that. And that is
Thank you.
very beautiful because most people do. Like they'll compromise and I will say like I admire you being a bold alpha because then it allows me to also feel confident being a bold alpha cuz I can't deny like people always like when you're a
Mhm.
confident woman, they always
Mhm.
have shit to say, like, oh, you're a, all this, you think you're better or you,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, no, I just know
Exactly.
my shit. And because I know my stuff, you
Exactly.
feel some type of way because you think that it's taking away from you. When it's like, no, maybe you should get on my level and we could then have a conversation without it always being me somehow triggering your ego when it's your
Exactly.
ego. It ain't my
Exactly.
ego. It's
Exactly. And people are
yours.
always going to be intimidated. Like people who are just not there, like who are mentally not there, who don't like who cannot channel that like inner alpha in themselves, like they're always going to be intimidated, you know what I mean? And that's on them. That's not my issue. Like you don't want to channel that part of yourself, then that's on you. But I know who I am. I know what I want, and if it intimidates you, I'm sorry about that, but I'm not gonna, what do you want me to do about that? I'm not gonna do anything about that. I'm sorry.
Like, you want me to change for you? Like,
No,
that's not how it
that's
is
not
to
happening
work,
at all.
honey. No, no.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's, I, and actually like now that you said it, I really think that that's what I should tell people. Like, I want them to channel their inner alpha, like, really and truly. Like, I really wish,
Yeah, make that your
like, I really
slogan.
wish people would live in their power. Like, really, like,
Yes. 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 That's why I have this whole podcast low key, because it's like I'm trying to figure myself out, and I can only do that by talking to other
Yeah.
people that are also trying to figure themselves
Yeah.
out. And it's like we're all just trying to be our best self and to show people like you can also do that.
Exactly.
Like it's not limited to me. And it's only when you realize your power then we can actually work better
Yeah.
together, because then it's like I know what I'm bringing to the table, you know what you're bringing to the table, and we all know, so like it's easy. We don't have to deal with all this like game nonsense when I'm like, "Can we just be
Yeah.
people?"
And you know the thing is too, Harsha, I like the fact that you're doing your podcast. You know why? Because not a lot of people
Aw,
would actually take it out of themselves and be like, "Hey, let me do a podcast," and just continue with it. Whether like people actually listen, whether people actually support, whether you know what I
I
mean?
feel
Like,
you.
but you still do it for yourself, and I think that's what people need to start doing, like doing things for themselves instead of doing things like for the reaction or for like just other people just being like, "Oh, that's what she's doing, okay, let me follow her, let me like, let me follow, let me." No, like do it for yourself. That's when people are actually going to listen. That's when people are actually going to be like, "Ooh, okay, let me follow." Like do it for yourself. Stop doing it for what people have to say.
Exactly.
Stop doing it to
Exactly.
like for the validation. Like just stop it. And I think people need to come out of that bubble. Like that's why a lot of people don't want to do what they actually truly want to do, because they're so like caught up in the fact that like, okay, but
You need external validation
exactly,
to make it, like,
what are
worth
other
it
people
to
gonna
you, and
say?
it's like,
What are other people
"No.
gonna say? What if
Who
they don't support
cares?
me? What Who
I
cares?
don't care."
Who cares? You support yourself. Be your biggest supporter. You're gonna get far. Trust me. You're gonna get far. Whoever wants to support you will support you. But I think we need to come out
The
of
tribe will
exactly. We
form.
need to come out of that mentality of oh my gosh, what are people gonna say? Was no, just come out of it completely. Just do whatever you want to do. Do it. Do it. You want to be famous on TikTok? You want to make a bunch of TikTok content? Even if you have 2 views, do it. Just do it. You never know. You really, really never know. Just do what makes you happy. Honestly speaking.
You're right. You're right, and it's like literally, why do I have a podcast? Because I got shit to say. Like I have been holding this stuff in my whole life, and finally I figured out. I was like, "Girl, you could do this on a podcast," and I was like, "Wait,
Yeah, no.
what? I can?"
I even had like a moment where I'm like, man, maybe I should do a podcast, but I want to do like one of those
You
like
should.
live podcasts, like with the camera and everything. Like, yeah, I'm
Yes.
bringing people to
Yeah,
my,
do it.
yeah,
Do
no, I
it.
know.
That would be so funny. I would already watch it. Like, I want to get to that stage, but I'm like, I could start with just the audio. People will see my face in the future. They gonna get it. But no, do it. Like, I feel like you definitely have a personality that should be shared with the world. Like, I really and truly believe, like, St. Martin has been so under invested in. Like, I'm telling you, like you said, if we had America's
Yeah, no.
money and America's confidence, really and truly, we would literally be the influencers of the world, because St. Martiners are just incredible in every avenue of being, like just who we are, the energy we bring. Imagine Leanna, Real Housewives of St. Martin, or a Too Hot to Handle St. Martin,
Yeah,
or like
no.
any of these reality shows in St. Martin would already be amazing, just because our people are so diverse and so crazy and just so freaking
Yep,
awesome.
yep.
But it's like people got to believe in themselves and not think about the money, and realize like if we believe in how amazing we are, I can guarantee you the world will see the
Yep.
value. Because if they didn't, they wouldn't come to our island in
But
the
that's my
first
thing too.
place.
Like I also think like we also need to like preserve that. Like we really need to hold on to that. When it comes to like people coming to St. Martin, I see it on TikTok all the time. I see it like with people that come here, people that came during the pandemic, and I ended up meeting them, and they're like, "Oh my God, I want to move to St. Martin. Like I want to move here. You guys are so fun. Like your energy, blah blah blah." And then it really like makes you notice, like, damn, like I'm not even gonna lie to you. I party so much that I understand what they're saying. You know what I mean? Like when we go out, like,
But that's our thing. Like, we aren't here to be work
mm,
zombies. We're here to freaking live life and enjoy life. And we do that through dancing and like being around people that we love. Like, that is
and
a
we have
good
a good time.
thing.
Like we really have a good time, no matter what type of party it is. Like people from St. Martin, we just naturally, but it's Caribbean people in general, like we just naturally have such a good time. You know what I mean? And I saw like a TikTok, for example, of like this girl posting her TikTok. Like she came to St. Martin and someone asked her, like, hey, like fun like night activities would you recommend? And she's like, when it comes to the club life, I wouldn't really recommend it, because if you want to just listen to house and techno, that's all that they offer. And I'm just like, hold up, wait a minute.
I'm like, where are you
Where did you
partying
party?
at? For
But that
one,
also shows, like, because there are some clubs and some, like, bars and stuff that would not want to like play certain specific music because they just want to attract a certain crowd. But I mean, like, people are coming here to literally feel our vibe, get our culture. Like, come on, man. Like, let's push it.
to feel
Like,
our
let's push it.
vibration.
Let's. eh,
Exactly.
And I was gonna
Exactly.
comment under that TikTok, and I
Exactly.
was gonna be like, "Girl, if you partied with me, trust you me, that techno vibe, you were that was not gonna be the only
I'm
vibe.
like, I don't know where
I
you
don't know where
went,
you
but it's
went.
not where the locals
No,
go. I could
no.
tell you
But
that.
that also, like, it shows our power, because I took like some tourists once to like this after party, because we had curfew like during the pandemic and stuff, and I took them to this after party, and because they've
Like, I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna take
take
y'all
you
where
where
the
the real
exactly.
fettin'
I'm gonna take y'all where the
happening.
real party's at. And I took them, and I kid you not, Harsha, these girls had so much fun. The next day, they were like, they
I
woke up because they
bet.
had to leave the next day, and they got on, like, they woke up and they're like, listen, we are coming back because we want to go to a next after party again. I'm like, I know it. Like,
I'm telling you, partying in America ain't lit. Like, it ain't like St. Martin
no,
lit. Like, I just be like, this is it.
what's going on?
I'd rather just stay in my
Yeah.
house.
Yeah,
Like,
I know. That's for sure. But no, partying back home is pretty lit, man. I get so lit. But I think I just get lit in general. Like, I just love life. I live my best life, so that's why.
I feel you. You do. And low key, like every time I see you on the gram, I just be like so brought with joy to see you
Thank
enjoying
you.
life, because I feel like that is the whole point. And it's like to just see you out there living it and enjoying home when I'm just here jealous that I'm not there, you know?
Yeah, no, I mean,
But
for
it's
me,
all
like, being
good.
back home, like, I just made the best of, like, of being back home. The
The
best of it,
situation, exactly.
and even like with the whole pandemic, there was not much to do, but we still found stuff to do. We lived it up in the time when COVID was at its peak. I kid you not. Why was I in the club? Like, why was I
Like, why
why
was I
was I outside with
outside?
no
Like, I
mask, no
don't
nothing on?
know.
Like, I'm just outside, like, living my best life. But I kid you not, it was so much fun. And now there's no more mask mandate. Like, see,
Oh, did they canceled
yeah,
it on the island?
yeah,
Freaking
there's no more
finally.
mask.
I'm like, America, they stopped it too. I'm like, thank you,
Yeah, no. So,
Jesus.
but I'm also like, I'm for like whoever wants to wear the mask, wear your mask. But I don't think it
Do what
should
you
be
gotta do.
something like,
Yeah,
especially
exactly.
now, like, damn, like, how much longer are we gonna be like, oh my God, wear your mask. Make sure you wear your mask when you go inside the store. Like, come on, guys. Like, COVID is not going anywhere.
Like, can
Like,
we just,
let's
yeah,
kind of get
exactly.
life going.
Maybe we should work on our health as a society.
Exactly.
Just my
I'm
two
just saying,
cents.
build that immune
But
system. Come on now.
exactly. Actually go to the gym for once so you can breathe, you know?
Yeah, no.
But
I'm actually in the gym right now.
yeah.
Carnival's coming up, girl.
I feel you. You gotta get that fettin' body ready to carry, especially like all that back weight of the wings and everything. You need to have a strong back because
Yep.
what you
No,
finna
but
do?
majority of the time, like, I think majority of the people take off their back pieces and just have a good time. I think Carnival this year is gonna be so good. Like, it's gonna be so good because,
Because it's just like the first one after a minute that they are like, we got money to spend and we haven't been
but
spending
I
it.
also think,
So
like, it's a good thing they don't have like Juve and those stuff like on the road, because man, we would have gotten all so lit that I don't think anybody would have made it to the end of the Juve. Like, really and truly, like, I sit down and I was thinking about it yesterday, and I'm like, damn. Like, also because, like, we're all at the age of like being old enough to like drink and do this and do, you know what I'm saying? So
I
it's just like
feel you.
everybody's gonna get super lit now.
I mean, it's not like our drinking age was ever a problem to begin
Exactly.
with, but
Shout out to
I feel
whoever
you.
had it at
Legally,
16, you know?
we can fet now with real IDs, not fake ones.
Yeah, no, with real IDs for real. Everyone can fight with their real ID now. So yeah, I'm actually very, very happy.
I feel. But I'm curious, like, because I'm also like, you're also a curly hair girl like me, and your hair always look like it's on fleek, and I need to know the secrets. Like, what do you do? Like, even when you have it gelled back, I'm like, Leann, how is there no frizz?
So for my curly hair, I don't really do much. I mean, before I used to like really take my time with my hair. But now I just try to like maintain it. You know, before I would play with my hair a lot. Like I would dye it, I would bleach it, etc., etc. But now for me, it's more of like just taking care of my hair, just having healthy hair. You know, I put a lot of castor oil at my ends. I watch a lot of TikTok
Oh,
video girls. Like you have to watch TikTok. Like I watch a lot of TikTok videos.
I see. I need to first install TikTok to watch TikTok.
Oh, you don't have
So I feel like
TikTok,
maybe that's what
girl.
I have to do.
Honestly
I've been
speaking,
avoiding it.
like
Is it worth it?
I, girl, no, don't go, don't get trapped. Listen, I was one of those people like I never had TikTok, and now here I am on TikTok. That's like the number one app I'm on the whole time, just scrolling, watching videos, and laughing, and like remaking people's videos. Like it's bad. It's really bad.
I've been on the fence. I think I might eventually download it. It's just like there's so like as an engineer, like I hear all the terrible stuff about privacy tied to TikTok, so I'm always just like, but it's
Oh,
okay.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now you got me here thinking like, should I really be on TikTok?
I feel yeah, it's just because it like be lurking in the background. I don't know.
You
It
know, to me,
just
it's more like so much people are on TikTok. I don't
I
think the Chinese government
know.
is looking into me, so it's okay.
I feel you. They're like they don't really care about our island. I feel
They
you.
don't
I
really care
feel
about us
you.
down here. That's okay. They barely even give us access to a lot of stuff on TikTok, so it's okay.
I feel. And I mean, it's not like St. Martin government is writing any laws to protect us too. So I'm like, yeah. But I'm curious, like, how can people, since you're like off and on the gram and stuff, like, how can people find out about you or like be a part of your journey or like be there when you launch your brand and you're ready for like orders or you're looking for models or just to be up with Leanne, to keep up with all the amazing things that you do and like all the messages that you share and just like to see someone actually living and enjoying life.
Just follow me. I mean, my handle is the same handle for literally everything for Snapchat, for TikTok, for Twitter, for Instagram. Literally, I even want to brand it like the LXVNN. Like, I really want to just brand that because
Might as
shit,
well.
nobody else has that. It's just that's just me. Anything LXVNN, you type that in on Google, you will see just me. I will just pop up there.
I
But
feel
yeah, you can follow me. I'm on Instagram. I'm just not on Instagram as much, but I kind of want to get back into just being more on Instagram. And if I'm being really honest, Instagram is pushing more like authenticity more now than they were before. So I think Instagram is kind of waking up now too and noticing that like yeah, people
they
need
have
to
a
be
role
more
to play.
authentic.
Yeah,
Let's
exactly.
yeah,
Can
like
we
let's
stop the
stop
fake shit?
stop the
Exactly.
fake stuff. This is not what we should be like encouraging. Let's
Exactly. Let
exactly.
people be
So
them. Let people at least like be able to determine the difference between real versus fake so that people
yep,
know what they're seeing?
yep, exactly.
Well, I guess like do you have any final words or tips of wisdom for girls that look up to you and they're like, I admire Leanne. I would love to be like Leanne.
Be yourself. Don't be me. Be yourself. The way to be me is to be yourself. That's as much as I could say.
It's
Because
perfect.
I am myself. I'm nobody else. I make mistakes. I trust me. I'm not perfect at all. My life is not perfect. What you see on Instagram is not. That's what I post on Instagram is what I post. That's what I want people to see. But there's so much more to life, and I would also like I would hope that people would also take that moment, because like when I come off of Instagram, like sometimes I do like this like social media detox,
Yeah.
and you also notice like damn, like how much time we actually take and we like, you know, we spend on social media. And sometimes you just need to take some of that time that you put into like being on social media and scrolling or whatever, and just do stuff with yourself, do stuff with your family, like enjoy the moments, build memories, take pictures, make videos. Like damn, this is, we have one shot at this life. Like let's live it to the best of our abilities, like really and truly. I want to grow up, and I always say it like this, like I never actually wanted to have kids, you know, but now I kind of do. And I said to myself, like when I grow up, I want to be able to tell my kids like all these awesome stories and just inspire my children to just live their best lives, just like get that circle going, like living your best life, like enjoy the time that you have here on earth, honestly speaking.